Imagine this. Your blood sugar is quietly climbing, even on days when you swear you're doing everything right. You skip the obvious sweets, the pastries, the sodas, the sugary coffee drinks. Yet that morning reading still shocks you, a high number that feels like a personal failure. You might be left wondering, what more can I possibly cut out? This is a common and deeply frustrating experience, and it can feel like your body is working against you, no matter how disciplined you are. But what if the real breakthrough isn't about banning entire food groups, about living in a constant state of deprivation, but about inviting in a handful of unlikely allies that speak directly to your body's chemistry? This is a crucial shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what you can't eat, the focus moves to what you should eat to actively help your body heal. It's about replenishing, not just restricting.
Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll have a new map. One built from foods you can find today at any local grocery store that thousands have used to watch their numbers drop faster than they thought possible, without the constant, soul-crushing battle of elimination diets. This isn't theoretical science, though the science is sound. It's what happens when you understand how your cells actually listen to insulin, or stop listening. It's a story of biological communication and how we can clear the static. Let's begin where most doctors run out of time. The hidden drama playing out inside your bloodstream right now. We often think of blood sugar as a simple number, but it's the epicenter of a complex narrative. Picture insulin as a key. For years, it slides perfectly into the locks on your cells, letting glucose slip inside where it fuels you. This is how the system is supposed to work. You eat, sugar enters the blood, the pancreas releases insulin, and the cells open up to absorb the fuel. But life, chronic stress, highly processed foods, lack of sleep, aging, wears down those locks. The key starts to feel like it's gummed up. It knocks louder and more persistently. The key is still there, but the lock is rusty. Your pancreas, in a heroic but ultimately futile effort, pumps out more and more insulin to try and force the doors open. Meanwhile, sugar, unable to enter the cells efficiently, stays trapped in your blood. This creates a toxic, inflammatory environment. Think of it like static on a phone line. The message, insulin, is being sent, but the receiver, the cell, can't hear it clearly. This is insulin resistance, and it's why cutting carbs alone often feels like fighting the tide. You're reducing the amount of sugar in the line, but you haven't fixed the receiver. You haven't addressed the root cause of the cellular deafness. The surprising truth? Your body still wants to work. It's not broken. It's simply overwhelmed and undersupported. It just needs the right signals. Certain foods don't just fill your plate. They act like master keys, cooling the inflammation, slowing the sugar rush, and gently waking up those resistant cells. They work on multiple fronts, some by slowing sugar absorption, others by reducing internal inflammation, and a few by directly improving the function of the cells themselves. No starvation, no mystery powders, just real food stacked with intention. It's about orchestrating a biological symphony of healing, with your kitchen as the music room. One woman I followed closely, we'll call her Maria, hit a wall at 62. Retired, active, yet her fasting numbers hovered near 170. She knew the trajectory. Her mother had lost her vision to the same struggle, a complication that haunted her. Maria refused the medication ladder. She wanted to see if there was a different way forward. Instead of slashing her meals to a miserable minimum, she started adding strategic players. She didn't say, "I can never eat bread again." She said, "What can I add to this meal to change how my body processes it?"
Within weeks, her energy returned. By 3 months, her doctor was stunned. Her A1C, the 3-month average, had dropped significantly, and they began dialing back her prescriptions. 2 years on, she's thriving, maintaining her new numbers without the constant anxiety of deprivation. Not because she ate less, but because she ate smarter. Her story isn't rare. It's repeatable when you know which foods flip the switches and restore the body's ability to listen. Let's start our exploration with one of the most powerful yet overlooked allies. First, consider something hiding in plain sight in the spice aisle: fenugreek seeds. These tiny, amber-colored gems have been used in traditional medicine for centuries, yet few in the modern world realize they are a blood sugar secret weapon. But how does something so small have such a powerful effect? When you soak fenugreek seeds overnight, their soluble fiber transforms into a gentle gel in your gut. That gel acts like a traffic controller, slowing how quickly carbohydrates empty from your stomach. No more sudden floods of sugar into your bloodstream. Your body can handle a gentle trickle with ease. This is the first meal effect, setting a stable foundation for the day. But the benefits go beyond simple fiber. Research shows compounds in fenugreek, specifically an amino acid called 4-hydroxyisoleucine, help your muscles pull glucose more efficiently and support your pancreas in releasing insulin at the right natural rhythm. It's not a blunt instrument, it's a fine tuner. Start simple. A teaspoon of the seeds soaked in water overnight, drunk in the morning with the softened seeds. The taste mellows considerably when soaked, or you can stir the ground seeds into yogurt, hummus, or smoothie. Your gut may need a few days to adjust to the fiber boost, but the payoff is steady numbers that stay lower, meal after meal. It's a foundational step that primes your system for the rest of the day. Now, what if a common kitchen staple could behave almost like insulin itself? Enter true cinnamon, not the harsh cassia variety most shelves stock, which can be high in coumarin and strain the liver, but the gentler Ceylon kind. Its polyphenols don't just flavor your food, they are potent bioactives that help insulin receptors grip glucose more effectively. They essentially make the key fit the lock a little better. They also ease the pace at which your stomach releases its contents after eating, further blunting post-meal spikes. The science is compelling. Research has shown meaningful drops in fasting glucose with less than half a teaspoon daily. Some studies even point to improvements in cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Sprinkle Ceylon cinnamon into your coffee, oatmeal, or a smoothie, especially alongside a carbohydrate-containing meal. It's not magic. It's biochemistry meeting an everyday habit. The key is consistency and choosing the right type. Ceylon cinnamon is often called true cinnamon and can be found at health food stores or online. This small detail makes a significant difference. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. While most people focus intently on daytime meals and their immediate impact, a silent player works the night shift: your liver. Your liver produces glucose even while you sleep, a process called gluconeogenesis. In someone with insulin resistance, the liver doesn't get the signal to stop producing sugar, leading to high morning fasting numbers. That's why people often find a low-carb dinner is still followed by a morning high. It's not the dinner. It's the liver's overnight activity. Enter broccoli sprouts, the 3-day-old versions packed with the compound sulforaphane at levels 50 to 100 times higher than mature broccoli.
Sulforaphane is a potent activator of the NRF2 pathway, your body's master antioxidant and detoxification response. More specifically, it travels to your liver and dials down that overnight sugar factory. Studies, including a pivotal one from Swedish researchers, saw impressive fasting blood sugar improvements in people with stubborn type 2 diabetes, often with significant reductions in fasting glucose levels.
The best part? You can grow them on your counter, in a jar, for pennies. You can also buy them fresh from some health food stores or farmers markets. Add a small handful, raw, to salads, sandwiches, or as a garnish on soups. Heat destroys the sulforaphane enzyme, so keep them crisp and raw. Suddenly, those mysterious morning highs start making sense and dropping. It's a powerful strategy that tackles blood sugar from a completely different angle than most people consider. Let's shift to the meals you already love and make them work for you. Take the avocado. Far from a calorie villain, its monounsaturated fats and impressive fiber content put the brakes on how fast carbohydrates convert to blood sugar. The fat in avocado slows gastric emptying, meaning food stays in your stomach longer. Add half an avocado to rice, toast, or eggs, and the entire meal digests more gently. Your cells become more sensitive over time because you are avoiding large spikes. It's one of the easiest swaps because it makes everything taste better and keeps you full longer, crushing those mid-morning cravings for a sugar fix. Next, consider the tiny but mighty Chia Seeds. Drop them in liquid and watch them swell into a gel. That's exactly what they do inside you. They surround the carbohydrates in your meal, creating a physical barrier that slows digestion and releases sugar slowly into your bloodstream. Their impressive plant-based omega-3s also fight the low-grade inflammation that blocks insulin signals. This is the second meal effect in action. A meal high in soluble fiber can actually improve your body's response to the next meal you eat. 1 to 2 tablespoons daily in yogurt, water with lemon, or smoothies is a powerful addition. Give them time to gel. Drink extra water to help the fiber work, and feel the steady energy instead of roller coaster crashes. For deeper systemic repair, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, or herring, twice a week is enough to make a measurable difference. Their EPA and DHA omega-3s are elite inflammation fighters. Chronic inflammation is often the reason cells go deaf to insulin in the first place. These fats help restore cell membrane health, making the locks more fluid and responsive, letting signals flow clearly again. Patients who make this habit see not just better blood sugar, but calmer blood pressure and improved lipid profiles too. Bake, grill, or enjoy canned, budget-friendly power that has a profound impact on your overall cellular health. Walnuts stand out among nuts for a specific reason. Their unique balance of polyunsaturated fats, particularly alpha-linolenic acid, helps improve the delicate lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, which high sugar damages first. At the same time, the fiber, protein, and plant omega-3s blunt post-meal spikes and help lower fasting insulin levels. A small handful, about a quarter cup, as a snack, replaces chips or cookies and turns potential spikes into smooth lines. Keep them raw or dry roasted to protect their delicate oils. Then there are eggs. Whole eggs. The yolk, too. Decades of misguided advice pushed people toward sugary cereals and toast that wrecked blood sugar far worse. The science has caught up, and eggs are back on the menu. Eggs deliver pure, high-quality protein and fat with almost no carbs. More powerfully, they create the second meal effect I mentioned earlier, stabilizing sugar not just at breakfast, but hours later into lunch. 2 or 3 in the morning,
perhaps with that avocado on top. Set up your entire day for fewer cravings, steadier readings, and a more balanced hormonal response.
One of the fastest tools on this list? Apple cider vinegar. It's not a cure-all, but a powerful acute intervention. A tablespoon diluted in a full glass of water, taken 10 to 15 minutes before a carb-containing meal, can blunt spikes by 20 to 30% in studies. The acetic acid slows stomach emptying and helps muscles uptake glucose, even in a sleep-like state. Always dilute it to protect your tooth enamel and throat. If you're on blood sugar medications, especially insulin or older sulfonylureas, consult your doctor. This can work so well it may require dose adjustments. It's a classic example of a simple, inexpensive, and highly effective tool. Finally, lentils prove the entire philosophy. These are carbs that lower blood sugar. Packed with resistant starch, soluble fiber, and plant protein, they release glucose gradually over hours. They don't cause a spike. They provide a long, slow release of energy. They even extend the second meal effect into your evening. Swap them for white rice or potatoes a few times weekly in soups, stews, or salads with olive oil and a splash of vinegar. Cheap, filling, and powerfully effective for long-term A1C improvements. They are a staple in many of the world's healthiest diets for good reason. Maria didn't overhaul everything overnight. She started with 1 or 2 changes. She began with eggs and avocado for breakfast. She added soaked fenugreek and cinnamon daily. She used vinegar before bigger meals. She brought in lentils, walnuts, sprouts, and fish in a steady, incremental way. The changes compounded. Her body began doing what it was designed for, managing sugar efficiently. She felt more vibrant, not deprived. She felt in control again. These foods work together like a symphony. Some slow the incoming sugar, fenugreek, chia, lentils. Others reduce inflammation, jamming the signals, fish oil, walnuts. A few directly support insulin receptors, cinnamon, broccoli sprouts. Meal by meal, your cells start answering on the first knock again. That's true reversal at the cellular level. You're not just managing symptoms, you're addressing the underlying causes. A word of caution and empowerment. If you're on medications, especially those that push insulin or raise hypoglycemia risk, track closely with your doctor. These additions can lower sugars effectively enough that doses may need tweaking. Bring this approach to your next visit. Never adjust prescriptions alone. Use this information as a tool to partner with your healthcare provider. Tonight, take these first steps. Tomorrow morning, try eggs with avocado. Soak fenugreek seeds before bed. Grab Ceylon cinnamon and add a 1/4 teaspoon to your coffee. Before your largest carb meal, prepare that diluted vinegar drink. This week, work in lentils twice and fatty fish. Stack these changes gradually over 2 weeks. You're not removing joy from your plate, you're protecting it. You're building a foundation of health and resilience. The most powerful part? Once your body regains its natural balance, it holds the line. Stable energy, clearer thinking, fewer complications down the road. Maria's journey shows it's possible. Yours can, too. This isn't about a crash diet or a quick fix. It's about a sustainable, powerful, and profoundly effective shift in how you nourish your body. The real secret isn't one food. It's understanding the why behind them all. It's the beautiful intersection of ancient wisdom and modern biochemistry.
Your body is remarkable. It's a self-healing machine that just needs the right tools. Give it these allies and watch it rise to the occasion. You've got everything you need starting in your kitchen. The next chapter of your health story begins now.